Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Keir Starmer cancels next May's local elections. Well, that's a sinister move by Starmer. Now, what reason could he want to not to cancel next May's local elections? Let me think. Oh yes, it could be something to do with the fact that Starmer poll ratings are tanking. Yes, Starmer is sinking faster than the Titanic. He's desperate to hold off on next May's elections because he knows that if they go ahead next May, he's going to get a good ass kicking. That's what's going to happen to him next May. He knows it's going to be a referendum on him and his government, and he knows what's going to happen. He's come up. His excuse is that they're trying to restructure the local councils for some reason. I don't know what it is, but Rayner's involved, so if Rayner's involved, it's going to be a complete disaster. But Starmer is doing this for a reason, and like I've said, he knows he's going to do it because he knows he's unpopular at the moment. He knows that if he can hold off next May's elections, local elections, till say 2026, May of 2026, he's hoping that within the 12 months he might become popular again. Well, I'm afraid to say, Starmer, you will never be popular. You're always going to be unpopular. I mean, you've only got to look at his poll ratings to see that what a disaster he is. Is there no way we can get rid of Starmer? What are we going to do to get rid of him? But this is, of course, to stop Reform UK from taking seats and taking seats away from, well, councils away from Labour, because Starmer knows that Reform UK are a threat to him and Labour. You can forget the Tories, but Starmer knows that with Reform around, he's going to lose votes. That's what he's doing it for. And we had the weekend, we had Harriet Batty-Arman saying that Reform and Nigel Farage are a threat to democracy. Well, if anybody's a threat to democracy, Batty Harriet, it's you and Starmer and the Labour Party. You're the threat to democracy. It's not Reform. You are. Starmer is leading this country into a complete, well, I was going to say disaster, but more like a dictatorship, because he's getting like a dictator, a tin pot dictator. Nigel Farage says that they're becoming dictators. I mean, what a complete lot we have in government. But that's what the reason why Starmer wants to cancel next May's local elections, because he knows he's going to be utterly annihilated in the ballot box come next May, when the people have a say on how his government's running. And he's terrified. He's terrified of the fact that he knows if they go ahead, he's going to lose no end of Labour councils. They're going to go out. He knows people will vote for Reform and take away lots of Labour councils. And I would also suspect that the Tories could also take councils away from Labour. That's what Starmer is terrified of. Isn't he a complete and utter idiot? I think this job as Prime Minister is becoming a little bit too much for him. If it's becoming a little bit too much for him, Keir, why don't you resign? Why don't you do everybody and do everybody a favour in the country and announce you're resigning? If it's the job's too difficult for you, just resign. That's all you've got to do. But he won't. He'll stick it out until the Labour hierarchy have had enough of him and try and force him out, because I don't think he's will last much longer as Prime Minister. And of course we're not far away from the new year, and let's see what 2025 brings for him. I suspect it'll be more misery for him, more bad headlines. He'll get more bad press or him, and of course he's not in the country again, is he? Never hear Keir. He's off on his travels again. He's gone to Estonia and he's also heading to Norway. I mean, I don't know what those two countries deserve to get him to visit their countries. I don't know what they'll make of him when they meet him. They think he's some kind of raving lunatic. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.